I guess it was just the top floor.
Should we be able to see these two other rooms in a minute?
No, you shouldn't be able to. I think Grimar was having a bit of a wander.
Grimar!
I think it is Dave, yes.
Well, it looks like we've got 3 rooms up here. 4 rooms up here.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, let's not split up. Let's just pick a door and go through it, all of us.
Okay, so you climb the red marble staircase to its full height and come to a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs.
Okay, I put on the armor. I'm kidding.
Should we head into the room we can already see?
There is another one of these carved murals above the suit of armor, depicting scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters.
Yeah.
Right, so let's send Snorri into all the rooms first.
Yep.
Because if he doesn't survive, then that's his own lookout. Should we go and look at the one to the south first?
Yeah, we'll put Snorri in there first. There you go.
I'm gonna. Oh my god!
Okay, so Snorri is dead. For sure. Are you actually pushing Snorri through the door?
Yeah,
Yes.
Grimar's physically pushing Snorri through the door.
Okay.
So Snorri's first, then Grimar.
Yeah, please place yourself in your marching order.
I'll go there.
Oh no, shit.
I didn't mean to do that. There you go. Sorry.
Dust and cobwebs shroud this elegantly appointed bedroom and an adjoining nursery room. You believe that this is the nursemaid's suite for the servant who would have tended to the baby's needs while the lord and lady of the house were otherwise occupied with, more important things than caring for their infant, because the medieval period was totally normal and cool. As you walk in, you see a bedroom with a large bed, 2 end tables, an empty wardrobe. Mounted to the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame, carved to look like ivy and berries. However, next to this mirror, there is a figure, a semi-translucent figure of a woman wearing servant's clothes and staring into the mirror, touching her face delicately, as if she cannot believe that she is able to see herself. Like, she cannot believe something about her own appearance. But transparent as she is, when you walk into this suite, she sees you through her own reflection and whips about her hair, whirling in the air as if she's underwater, a faint purple hazy glow outlining her figure, and she screeches and launches herself at you. So we're going to enter the first combat of the campaign.
He's changed his name. R.I.P. Snorri. I think we should wait for Peter to come back.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, let's roll up some initiatives.
To tell him he's dead.
So I don't know. I can't remember how much you guys have read of the Player's Handbook and stuff, but I'll go over it because maybe viewers will find this is useful. They're using this to learn Dungeons & Dragons. So initiative is the system that Dungeons & Dragons uses to determine who goes first in combat, in what order people move. Generally, it is plus your dexterity bonus, because it represents how quick your character is to react to things. But you can get bonuses to it from various other places. So if you select your token with the select and move tool, and then on your character sheet at the very top in the middle, you should see your initiative box. It'll have a number telling you what your initiative modifier is. And if you click that, it will add your token to the turn order, and we can use that to determine who's going to go first. So this Spectre has rolled a 6. So you can roll higher than the Spectre, then you will go before her the turn order.
Where am I clicking?
So select your token, And then in your character sheet at the top,
Right. Okay.
pretty much in the middle, you should see a box that says initiative. And click the word initiative, and it will roll a dice for you.
Kaboom!
Hey, 19.
Nice.
So basically, we're all having a little dip on her before
She starts.
she
Fucking
starts.
dwarfs in the way.
The dead
Can we
dwarf.
do? Let me see if I can do Snorris for him.
Why are you all upside down?
Oh no!
Lying on
if
your
I-
side.
Let him
So-
let him come back because like
yeah,
this
I
is-
tried to do his, but I clicked on his character and it changed mine from 13 to 11. So
Ah, okay. Yeah, let me take care of that.
I've just corrected it back to 13 already.
Might be able to do Snorris for him. Yeah, there we go.
R.I.P. Snorri got a 12.
Same as me. Oh, Kavir, 8.
So if we want, we could do Drake's turn while we wait for Peter to come back.
So does that mean I get to go first then?
Yes, because you rolled the highest. And in
Sweet.
Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, something that I really like is that high numbers are almost always better. So you always know if you roll higher, you get a better result.
Unless you roll in for how many damage you take.
Yeah, then that's not good, is it?
Sorry, I roll that, and I want the highest number possible.
Oh right, okay.
Because
So
it
it's
ups
still
the
good.
dramatic tension.
It's still good. It's just good for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, Drake, you have a variety of actions you can take. In fact, in the handouts, I've created a handout about what actions you can take in combat. So this is something that you can look at your leisure.
Ooh.
There are different types of movements you can take. There's the movement action, where you can move up to your speed, which as a dwarf is 25 feet. Each square represents 5 feet. So you can move 5 squares, basically. And that includes diagonal. Moving diagonal is the same cost as moving up, down, left, or right.
Okay.
You can use interaction to do things like communicate freely with the people around you, or interact with something that isn't very complicated. So that could be things like taking your weapon out of its sheath, right? You can do as many of those as you want to a reasonable limit. You have your action, which is like where you do the most interesting things. So this is your attack, casting a spell, and taking special types of actions such as disengage and dodge, which allow you to be more defensive in combat. You guys can read up on that on your leisure. You have a bonus action, which is a single, kind of like an interaction, but a little more involved, which can be things like some of your abilities will be bonus actions, and it allows you to add damage to attacks and things like that. And then your reaction. Your reaction is a special type of action which doesn't need to be taken on your turn. Reactions will always have a trigger to tell you when you can use it. A really easy example is the Warlock spell Hellish Rebuke, which I believe I gave you.
Yes.
Where when you are the target of attack and take damage, you can use your reaction to cast that spell and do damage back to your attacker.
Nice. So with that, I would do that after I've done my main kind of attack.
So the reaction happens whenever the trigger activates, which doesn't have to be on your turn, and is often not on your turn. So in this turn, what you need to worry about mostly is your movement action and your normal action.
Back.
Hey, we're having a scrap.
Hey!
Pete, you have entered.
Unfortunately, you're dead.
You have entered
Oh.
the nursery room, and a ghost has noticed you and screamed and ran at you. And obviously, you were going first in the marching order because you weren't here.
Oh, of course.
I4 has teleported outside of the building because none of you can move tokens around,
He
apparently.
jumped out the window.
Yeah,
you didn't like
mine. It's one of them other knobs who's doing it.
Why does it say Rip Snorri? Am I actually dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're about to
You're
be.
gonna have to
When the
rewrite
Spectre takes a
character
turn.
now.
Oh my god.
But you can just,
That was a long life.
you can just
Yeah.
sit and watch us now.
Okay.
This is something similar to what you're seeing, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
Spectre.
A ghostly, transparent figure wreathed in purple hazy light.
P.
But this is
not really
this
dead.
is the image of a woman wearing servant's clothes.
Right, Drake. Drake's going first. We've rolled our turn order. Pete and Ed did yours for you. You got 12.
Right. Okay.
So Drake's first.
So Drake, you can move through the spaces of your comrades,
Okay.
as long as you don't end your turn in their space. You can't do the same with enemies. So if you wanted to sort of push your way through into this room to have a clear shot at this spectre, then you could do that.
So if I came here,
Yeah. So basically, you're just sort of squeezing past your three comrades there into the room and throwing yourself heroically in front of Snorri.
Guys, we need to remember that I'm guessing that Grimar, Kavir, and Snorri are all melee weapons.
Yeah.
So
Also
we need to
probably
leave,
have
we
a
need to
higher.
leave space for the melee guys to get in close.
so I think if you
Probably
leave,
also have a higher HP to defend as well.
How many blobs can you move?
it depends on what kind of character you are.
Yeah.
Depends on your roll.
As a tiefling, you're a medium character, so you can move 30 feet, and each square is 5 feet, so you can move six
okay.
spaces basically. Although you can use your action to take the dash action, which doubles your movement, but means that you can't then attack as well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So Drake, being a warlock, if you wanted to attack this thing, the way that you'd probably do it, I'm assuming, is with magic. So your cantrips are spells that you can cast as many times as you want. As a warlock, your spells use spell slots, and you can only cast a certain number of spells before you take a rest. And what's unique about a warlock is that, unlike wizards or bards or clerics, you regain all of your spells when you take a short rest as well as a longer rest. Most people need like 8 hours to recuperate their magical energies before they can cast spells again. A warlock only needs like an hour to do that, but in return you can cast far fewer spells between rests.
Okay, so I don't get as many, but I can
Yeah.
still recoup as quick. Okay.
Yes, so potentially, as long as you have like the safety to sort of chill out for an hour in between combat encounters, then you're potentially very dangerous because you have access to some very potent, damaging spells. But that comes at the cost of in sort of prolonged endurance campaigns. You may find yourself running out of spells very quickly.
Just as another quick query, if I can do spells as well, does that mean I have to rest for like melee attacks as well? Or can I still do those in the meantime?
No, melee attacks are fine because you're not expending any like magical energy.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do Burning Hands. Is this like a flammable kind of spiritually kind of energy?
I mean, if you don't know, then you can roll something like a history or a nature check, and I can tell you whether your character knows whether spirits are vulnerable to fire.
Yeah, let's do a history check. Which one would be better for understanding what kind of...
Probably history, because spirits are not natural.
Okay. Well, that's good, isn't it? 6.
No, so you have no idea. You've never encountered a ghost before, and you don't know whether or not your magic will affect it. There's only one way to find out.
Still go for it anyway. We'll go for Burning Hands. So, as I hold my hands with my thumbs, touch my fingers spread, 10 sheets of flame shoot for my fingertips. Whee!
Yeah, there's just this fan of hot fire erupting from your fingertips and engulfing the other side of the room. Is Burning Hands a... am I making a saving throw against that? What happens when you click it?
I've clicked it.
I heard a beep, but nothing's actually
has
appeared.
Nothing's come up.
Should we have a look at your character sheet?
Spells, abjuration, cantrip components. So you see VSM spell save DC 14.
That's me.
Yeah, this isn't a cantrip.
I was messing around and I accidentally did stuff.
Oh, there you go.
What was
Burning hands.
So
DC 13.
If you click the little speech bubble that hovers over your spell,
okay, there we go.
It will link the nature of the spell. So this is a dexterity saving throw, and I can see from your character sheet that your spell save DC is 13. So what that means is that all your targets will roll a dexterity saving throw versus the target number 13. And if they meet it or beat it, then they take reduced effects from your burning hands. So let's give her a dexterity save. 22.
22.
So normally, if she had failed that, then she would take 3d6 fire damage, and on a failed save, she takes half as much as that. So roll 3d6 for me, and we'll figure out how much damage she has actually taken. 10. So she has taken 5 fire damage, and as this light, this burning tidal wave engulfs her, she shrieks and wails, and does indeed seem very affected by fire.
Oh, that's good. So any spectral beings, so was there weakness to fire? Or
don't say all spectral beings, because that'll just change the next one.
That's true.
Has anyone actually tried to talk to the Spectre? She might not be actually.
She came out as shrieking.
But that's
she sort of launched herself at you.
Yeah, she's very came forward.
Shut up, burning down the house.
Oh, but hang on a minute. Hang on. Ghouls just want to have fun.
Yeah. Ghouls just want to have fun.
Right, after that...
I also want to take your notice to the Burning Hands description, where it says, the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area.
Burn the
God.
So
burn the house down anyway.
The bedside table and the cabinet and the rug are all now also on fire.
So I've just burned most of the house down.
Yeah.
Burnt my house. I mean, you burnt
All right, my forward is your turn.
I can't believe you've done that, Rhys. Now,
Oh,
I have
just
got...
out.
So, one thing I've noticed, Ed, is that my character sheet on here and my character sheet on D&D Beyond aren't aligned. I've updated my characteristics, but all the spells and what have you are still going to be down as a bard. So I've been trying to change it as we're going along, but I'll do it probably before next week. So
That's fine.
The spells I've got are Firebolt and Ray of Frost. Now, I'm not overly concerned about Firebolt at the minute, seeing as half the room's on fire. But I was thinking, if I did Ray of Frost, would it double up and potentially put some of the fire out?
Yeah, that'd be good, because then I can get in there and probably try and chop up a bit.
So you think, like, Ray of Frost, like, sucks all the heat out of whatever it touches. So you think that, yeah, potentially if you aimed at a patch of fire, you could extinguish it with Ray of Frost. But if you were to aim at the Spectre, it would only do that on the Spectre. You would need to spend some time to sort of extinguish the flames around her. You wouldn't get a twofer.
So what do you think, guys? I've got the option of either burning her some more, but my firebolt is a lot more accurate.
Yeah.
Or I can put the fire out.
I think.
Should we try and deal with her? Then we can deal with the fire afterwards, can't we?
Okay, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost. It's instantaneous. 60-foot range. But I'm assuming I have to be in sight, do I?
Yes, you do. You need to be able to see her. The description will probably say like a creature you can see.
Heat-seeking Ray of Frost.
25. Sorry, no, I'm doing Firebolt. That's what I'm doing. Then I can kill her.
Oh God, we're going to set even more fire.
You say you rolled a 25?
Sorry?
Did you say you rolled a 25? For some reason these dice rolls taken ages to come over to me.
I haven't rolled one yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how to roll for that particular... Should I just roll a d20?
So I believe a firebolt is plus your... It's a spell attack. So unlike Burning Hands, where Drake was affecting an area, and then your opponent has to sort of dodge out of the way. You're actually making a targeted attack, so it's like firing a gun or a crossbow.
I heard a motor fire at a creature or object within range. Make a spell range attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage.
So on your character sheet, if you go onto your spells page, on the very top right, it will tell you what your spell attack bonus is. So if you roll a d20 and add that, that is what 6. your attack will be, and it'll be versus her armor class. So her ability to withstand or dodge out the way of your attacks.
So I rolled a 15, and I've got a spell attack bonus of 6.
Yeah, so you hit her square on, right between the spectral eyes. So now you need to give me some fire damage, which I think for a fireball is D8, I believe.
D10.
Is it D10?
Takes 1d10 fire damage.
Wow, that's quite good.
Just get a 10, that'd be good. Just kill it straight off.
So yeah, roll that up for me.
Oh, I've got to roll it. 1d10. Fuck.
Oh,
Wow.
big.
It's just...
My 4 comes out the
Brilliant.
gate swinging. No mercy from this gnome.
All the talk.
Or no mercy.
No mercy. I had a World of Warcraft character named that once.
So magic's not done anything for us thus far.
Okay, Snorri.
Burning the house
Okay, I am going to leap over the burning cabinet, and as I'm coming down, I'm going to bring my axe overhead and cleave down upon the spectre.
Okay, so move your character into position, and then make me an attack roll, which on the main page of your character sheet, under your attacks, there should be one for your axe. So 17 is a hit. So if you now click the word hand axe in the chat, it will roll your damage for you.
Oh, and yeah, okay. Oh,
So 5 slashing damage, and you cut so it's weird, right? Because this is a spectre. It doesn't have like a corporeal body. So as your axe comes through, instead of cleaving her skull in twain and spilling blood within, what happens is her form sort of splits apart and then coalesces again around it like mist. But it does seem to agonize her and disrupt her. It seems like her form is becoming less coherent the more you interrupt with it. And like it's harder for her to maintain this form of hers. So you do feel like you did something, at least.
Now
Grymar, we can kill it.
Come on, Grymar.
Right. So I'm going to come charging in.
How far can you move? Can you move far enough? Because you're a big lumbering.
Yeah, I've got 30 foot, so.
He moves further than me.
You're straight in there.
Right. And then I will swing my longsword.
Don't stay there though, because if you stay there, you're going to make it difficult for Kavir to get in.
Wait, how far can Kavir move? If he can move 5 spaces, then he can get.
Yeah,
just to the right-hand
Kavir
side
can
of-
move 6 spaces. So
Oh,
you'll
he'll
be
be
fine.
right.
Oh, that's
Carry
fine.
on.
It's alright. I'm away from the burning bed now, so.
That's right. I just want to make sure there's a wall of bodies in between me and the Spectre when it's their turn to attack. I tell you, when I got out of bed this morning, this little worm was looking at me
Oh,
funny.
God.
It's a sign.
How much damage did you do, Rhys?
It's 5, I think.
Yeah, he rolled a 10, but he took half damage.
Half
'cause
damage.
She made her thing.
So it's got 10 damage and it's not blooded yet.
11. Don't forget my 1.
Oh, 11.
So, Grymar, your longsword hits with a 19 easily.
Yeah. And then was it 1d10?
Yeah,
click
if
on
you
the
just click
longsword.
where it says longsword two-handed in chat, it will roll it for you.
Yes.
That's how it's done.
That's.
All right.
25 damage in total.
So, as your longsword cleaves through the body of this spectre, again, it's like you part the mists of her being, and she attempts to recoalesce back into her previous form, but jutters and shudders in the air, like she just can't quite manage it, and then she just dissipates, leaving behind only a pool of ectoplasm on the floor, dripping condensation from the icy cold void of her being.
We killed somebody.
Oh. Hell yeah.
I took 4 attacks.
1-0. 1-0, Grymar. 1-0. On cannon catch
One
up.
to me.
If I was just sitting there in the background, not doing anything.
Hang on. Let me just get my Cursed City pen.
Oh.
And
How do you know if someone's got Cursed City? They'll fucking tell you.
How do you know someone's got 3 copies of Cursed City? They'll stay very quiet, wouldn't they?
Dave,
4 copies of Cursed City.
Did he steal one from you as well?
But he sold me one, but he had 4 before that.
Dave,
Okay.
more importantly, how much fun was that combat round?
Yeah, did you enjoy that, Dave? It's
I
your
guess
turn
not.
now if you want to do anything.
I'll start putting the fire out, I guess. I'll get.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's it.
We are all stood in a
Not that
burning
far.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
I'll start putting the fire out.
Yeah, okay, so I'll move you into the room. So you're what, stomping on with your boots, that sort of thing? Like trying to throw the blankets over it?
Yeah. I'll use blankets, etc., try and smother it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Paraffin, wax. Stuff
That
like
means
stuff like
that-
isn't
All of you are nice and distracted when
Oh.
the armor in the foyer begins to slowly, creakily, rustily move. It draws its sword from its scabbard at its side and starts clanking towards the room, standing in the doorway, blocking you as the fire continues to engulf the nursery room. It locks the empty gaze of its hollow helm upon Drake, who is the nearest to him, and you hear this hollow voice inside that says, "Trespassers."
Ooh, it's
Sorry,
so
he said
scary.
what? He said what, Ed?
Trespassers.
No, can you do it again, please?
Trespassers.
It's very good.
Thank
It
you.
is. This one's mine, Grymar.
So it.
Good luck.
I said it drew its sword. Apparently it didn't. It just slams at you with its fists, according to its character sheet. It makes 2 attacks. So here is a first one, and here is a second. Again, unless something has advantage or disadvantage, we're just going to take the first number. So that first attack is an 18 to hit, and the second attack is an 11, versus your armor class. Can you tell me what your armor class is?
11.
11. So both of those hit. So you take 10 bludgeoning damage as these heavy metal gauntlets pound into the back of your head while you're distracted
It's
by
only
the
got
fire.
9.
No, you're supposed to have more than this, aren't you? You said earlier that you hadn't added the Constitution bonus properly.
Yeah, on the D&D Beyond, it says I have 12 out of 12.
Oh,
But
okay.
So what's your Constitution modifier? It's +3 now, right? So that would be right. You should have 12.
Right.
So you have 2 hit points left, the big 2. Safe
Big
as houses. Let me just change that on your character sheet real quick. There we go. And it's now your turn if you want any kind of revenge against this
Drake,
horrible
yeah.
animated armor.
Drake, back up, and
We're
let
fuck-
me at it.
Can I back up and just chuck something at it?
You can. One of your actions is run.
So, something that's important in combat is that when you are in a space adjacent to an enemy, you're sort of like kind of defending yourself from them while you're there, right? You're being cautious about the way that you move. If you just turn around and run, then you expose yourself, and the enemy can use their reaction to get a free attack on you. It's called an opportunity attack.
Oh God.
Okay.
To move away from an enemy safely, so without revealing weakness and allowing yourself to sort of deftly move back, you need to take the disengage action. But doing that means that obviously you don't have your action for things like attacks. So if you're more concerned about your own safety than you are about doing damage to the enemy, then you might want to forego an attack to retreat and let the meat shields get in front of you. But if you think that maybe you can like damage it down before it can hit you and finish you off, then maybe your best plan is to do some damage.
I think I may have to retreat. Otherwise, I'm going to just start burning the place down again.
Yeah, I think if you back up, then myself and Grimar can probably try and deal with it up close.
Yeah, there's a lot of stronger people in the.
My four's got to go before me anyway, so my four can probably hit it with something before we get in there to try and take some health off.
You're probably correct. I'm just trying to work out which one I want to use.
My four, throw a dildo at it, see if that helps.
Yeah, ghosts hate that. Okay, so you're using your action to take the disengage action, and then you can move up to your speed safely without the animated armor getting a free attack on you. So please move yourself to anywhere in this room that you want to go.
Cool, I'm going to go down, I'm going to hop on the bed, over the bed and hide behind Greymar. Just cowardly, somewhat.
Yeah, you peek out between Greimar's knees.
Whereas I stand there, the hero, thinking, what can I do? And I decide I'm going to cast an actual spell.
Incredible.
Now, I have got the choice between... Ed, I'm assuming you know what this one is. I really want to cast Thunder Wave, but I won't.
Okay.
Thunder Wave would just send you lot all scattering to the corners of the room.
Is it like a Mexican wave?
It's like literally, I just drop a thunder thing in the middle and everyone just goes boom.
Right, okay.
Magic Missile.
It also creates a sound so loud it could be heard from like 300 feet away.
My four's Magic Missile.
Magic Missile.
Go for Magic Missile, I reckon.
He decides the right one to cast is Shield.
Magic Missile.
I was just imagining your Magic Missile to be like you get this dildo out of your pocket. And,
No, Shield.
So Shield is actually a reaction spell. You cast it when you're targeted by an attack, and it adds 5 to your armor class temporarily.
Okay, I'm not going to cast that. I'm just going to cast Firebolt straight at him.
Cool. In that case, give me another spell attack.
I'll do another plus 20 because I haven't got them set in my thing. So I'll just roll a d20 and I'll get a... What is it? 14. And I've got 6 spell attack bonus. 20.
20. That hits.
And now what do I need? And now what's the damage on that? Firebolt is...
D10, wasn't it?
D10, yeah. So roll a d10. This time... For fuck's sake.
oh god.
Oh, useless.
I'm like, I know someone said that my character looks like one of the characters out of Rincewind books.
Yeah, Rincewind, that's it.
Rincewind. You know when he casts a spell and he just gets a few little sparks at the end of his fingers. Yeah. That's basically what happened just there.
You need to Magic Missile a dildo at him and see what happens.
I've just scarred him lightly with a little bit of a spark.
So yeah, you fire this firebolt from your hands, and it just pings off one of the decorative pieces of gilding on his shoulder pad, and there's this moment where the helm of the armor slowly scrapes to look at the tiny dent that you've inflicted upon it, and then scrapes back to look directly at you. And I think the good news is that the injured Drake is no longer the target of its ire.
Yes. That's definitely good news.
Would you like skull and crossbones on?
Would you like to move at all?
So not only have I not marked him, he's actually taken the piss out of me as well now.
Yeah, is that the end of your go?
Oh yeah, I'm currently... So the only thing I've got left is, do I need to roll for whether I've actually pooed myself or whether or not? Or is that...
No, that's a character decision. We can just say you have. You don't need to roll for it.
I think that's just a given at this point.
Why am I now Snorri the Skeleton?
Because you're dead. You're slowly rotting in front of us.
Okay.
Right, whose go is it now then?
Me.
Skeletons.
Come on then, Snorri the skeleton.
So I'm going to jump in front of my fall and bring my axe up again and land a blow on the big guy.
Do you only have the one axe, or do you have two?
I think I've got two axes actually.
So if you're wielding a weapon in both hands, you can use a bonus action to attack with your offhand weapon when you attack with your main hand weapon.
Oh, I'll do
You
that.
can actually attack twice.
Yeah.
So a 13, unfortunately, is not a hit. It just bounces off this plate armor.
And then second attack.
A 20 is a hit. You manage to rent a wedge.
Okay.
9 slashing. Okay, yeah, you carve a deep gouge down the chest plate of this suit of armor. It still looks hale and hearty, though. It's not buckling or reeling. It's standing there taking the blow as if it was built to take blows and nothing else.
Gromar finishes this off again. I'm going to be 7.
No, I'm happy with this because I think Grimar's going to block the path.
Yeah. So basically, like, I'm going to walk up and stand over Snorri.
So you can't be in the same space as Snorri. You have to be in an adjacent space. That's just.
He's not going to get to attack again.
Right. So let's have another two-handed swing.
I'm just going to take the first one. If you're wielding two-handed, you can only attack once, unfortunately. But a 16 is not enough.
Oh, it's got high armor.
Oh,
God.
Yeah. I mean, it is literally made of armor. It's not. There's nothing inside the armor to protect. No vulnerable organs. You have to put a dent in solid plate mail, and your longsword just is bouncing off of its chest plate. Like you're
So
wielding a butter
a 16 doesn't hit, but a 20 does. So we know that much now.
Yeah, it's probably 19.
Yeah.
Kavir, is your turn.
What's this?
That's a fireplace.
Okay.
There is not currently a fire lit in it.
I'm trying to get out.
Just climb up the chimney and just get out.
Can I climb the chimney?
There's
So
nothing.
how does this work now? Can he attack through other people?
A ranged attack,
So
hasn't he?
he could potentially attack through comrades if he wanted to, if his weapon had a 10-foot reach.
I've got.
But the only things that do are things like pole arms, basically like spears and glaives and things like that.
3.5 inch reach.
But he can shoot past his comrades with, for example, a crossbow.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here and stand on top of the bed, so I've got a better chance of seeing over Snorri, particularly, to improve my chances of not shooting him in the back of the head.
I don't think you need a bed to shoot over Snorri, to be fair. He's not a tall man.
Just as I'm doing that, as I'm moving round here, what sort of condition do the windows look like they're in?
They are covered in red drapes, but otherwise perfectly ordinary windows. They are like locked with a latch on your side, so you could swing them open easily if you wished.
How long are the drapes?
Down to the just below the windowsill.
The carpet match the drapes.
Yes, they are
Not
both on
necessarily
fire.
important.
All right. Well, I guess I'll try and shoot Clanky Man.
If he gets a low score, does that mean he's misfired and he's potentially hit Snorri in the back of the head?
Why is this?
That used to be a thing in older versions of Dungeons & Dragons, but they took it out because they realised that everyone hates being shot in the back by their comrades accidentally. There used to be some really punishing results for critically failing an attack.
So I just click on my crossbow, is that right?
Yep, and it'll roll into chat for us. See what your to hit roll is.
It's got to be something good.
Have you done it, Dave?
Yeah, I've clicked it. I don't know what's.
Okay, well, don't click it again because you'll end up with 40 of them like Rhys does. Oh, it's so exciting.
What What are you clicking? Are you clicking the name of it?
Yeah, I'm clicking it's on the left-hand side near the bottom, weapon, hand crossbow.
No, that's your proficiency. It's in the middle column, and about halfway down the page, you should see attacks and spellcasting. You got your rapier, your dagger, and your crossbow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you've got a +4 to hit with a quiver. I don't know why you would do that, but sure.
I slap it around the face with my quiver.
I didn't fill that in.
Yeah, I must have done it automatically. If you want, you can hit someone with your quiver for 2 damage. So an 8 is not enough. It just it doesn't even I'm not even going to say it bounces off the armor. It just impales in the wall next to my 4. Nowhere near.
Oh well.
Right.
You're rubbish.
Says the man who's caused 1 damage each turn.
I'm realising that.
The animated armor will slam into Grimar, who, being the one that did the most damage to it before. Oh wait, did Grimar hit it? Who hit it?
No, Snorri did.
Snorri. Okay, so sorry, Snorri.
I'm sure Snorri's the one who gets
One of my catchphrases for this series, I'm sure. It perceives you as the most threatening combatant because you managed to hurt it. So it's going to slam both of its gauntleted fists downwards, trying to hit you on both shoulders and break your collarbone. So a 12 and a 7 to your armor class.
My armor class is 13.
So you're fine. You managed to just sort of in the last second step backwards, and these fists
Sorry, can you do me a favour?
maybe ruffle your collar instead.
Sure.
Can you do the same as you did to me? Can you just look at the marks he's left and just look at it with disdain like he's some sort of lesser being? Just provoke him a little bit.
Yeah, I just look at him and go, is that what you've
Provoke him
got?
a little bit, because whoever's up next, they're going to feel the full wrath of his anger. Let's hope he's got a lot of life left. Who's up?
It's Drake.
Oh, it's
Me
Drake.
again. Hanging on for dear life.
Can you try and not burn me and Grimar, please?
I'll try not to. No, most of them are all fire related.
Thunder Bunny Rabbit.
So, as a warlock who's level 1, I believe you can only cast 1 spell before you take a little rest. So I think you're limited to your cantrips now, if I remember right.
Ooh.
So that's Mage Hand or Eldritch Blast.
Yes. So Mage Hand is a utility spell. It's basically telekinesis. You conjure a ghostly hand to interact with things. Eldritch Blast is a very powerful cantrip that only warlocks can do. And later on in the campaign, you can potentially make that a very, very powerful cantrip with all these different augments you can get for it.
That
Right,
doesn't
why don't
include
you-
fire, does it?
No, it appears to be force damage.
Eldritch Blast him.
Yeah, I think I may Eldritch Blast him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I just imagined you just forming this mage hand and then slapping me across the jaw with it.
Just punch him with it.
I challenge you, sir, to a duel.
Yeah, it's the Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so you need to make a ranged spell attack, which is a d20 plus your spellcasting bonus. But if I remember right, when I set up your character sheet, I added it to your attacks and spellcasting on the main page of your character sheet. So you can roll from there if it's easier.
Whereabouts is that? Sorry.
On the core page, about halfway down and in the middle column, you should see Eldritch Blast.
Ah,
And if you click that, it will roll your to hit for
11.
you. So 11, no, unfortunately, it hits, but it can't penetrate this full plate armor.
This is some tough ass armor.
We need higher than 16.
Right, I'm going back to Firebolt again.
Go for it.
I'll duck.
+12 + 6, 18.
18 is a hit.
D10. Here we
Hey,
go.
here
Big
comes
number.
the one.
You ready?
Here comes the 1.
Boom.
Just 1. What is it? 10.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
that's what we needed.
Okay, so this time you hit it, directly square on its helm, and it actually blasts his helm off entirely. It clatters to the floor behind him and rolls across the landing. It doesn't put him down. He's still up and standing without a head, but you've clearly done a serious blow to it, and you actually see it stumble for the first time, reeling under the weight of the damage being inflicted to it.
Nice, my 4.
I'm assuming
Nice.
that a number of this group enjoy the BBC comedy programme Red Dwarf.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. I'm assuming I was in the right mix of people for that. I'm just going to say 2 words: smug mode.
Snorri, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna plow my axes into its body because it's got no head now.
14 and a 15, unfortunately, both miss.
What is it? 17 for it to.
Oh, it's between. It could be a 17, but we know 18 hits. 16 doesn't.
Yeah, so 17 to hit.
Possibly.
Grimer, it is your turn.
Come on, Grimer. Come on, Grimer. Do it, son.
Imagine that is what actually my 4 is saying.
Yeah. I know. Oh, that's brilliant.
An 11, sadly, does not
Kavir,
penetrate
you
its
got your
armor.
moment. I mean, listen, boys. If you keep missing, I'll clear it up afterwards, right?
I like that you're all between me and it. That feels like the right thing. I'll try and shoot it with the crossbow again.
Okay. Big money, big money, big money.
This is so suspenseful.
No.
Yeah, I'm me.
Oh, nah.
So, yeah, you managed to split the previous crossbow that you misfired at my 4 completely down the middle. Animated armor's turn. This is a perfect opportunity for me to teach you guys about a special type of action that you can take in combat called a grapple.
Oh,
So
no.
it's going to use its attack action to try and grapple Snorri. And the way that works is it makes an athletics check versus your athletics or acrobatics, whichever is higher.
Oh, it doesn't want to do that. Okay, I'll take that charge. My athletics is +3.
I think you've
So
got a lot of
it's
choice
rolled a
there.
16, and I want you to roll acrobatics or athletics, you about. So in this contest, it has won, and it locks one of its gauntleted arms around your head and begins dragging you out of the room
Oh, come on.
and towards the staircase. However, this means that the animated armor is moving away from Grymar, who is in an adjacent space. So Grymar, you get an opportunity attack on it.
You
Okay.
better take him out. I do not want to be thrown down the stairs.
So have we got space? Have we got space now to leave the room and just leave the house?
Yeah, you
What?
could just run and leave Snorri's
Leave the
space.
house.
Just leave.
Just leave. No. Right. So let's go for the
Oh, God.
two-handed longsword.
Grymar.
No,
Nope.
unfortunately not.
No.
So the animated armor, moving at half its speed because it's dragging someone, but it still has plenty of space to drag Snorri over to the banister and push him off.
Oh my God.
Snorri, you fall down
Can I not
2
shoot
flights
at him
of
while-
stairs.
Can I not shoot at him while he's dragging him away?
Yeah.
No, it's because it was only me who was in the adjacent square.
No, but now that Snorri's gone, when he gets into the doorway,
But whose turn is it?
I've got visibility.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't
No,
matter. It's
opportunity
Drake's
attacks are
turn.
only for melee attacks.
Okay, fine.
So, Snorri, you have fallen down 2 flights of stairs,
Ow.
and you land heavily on the ground floor in a crumpled heap. Full damage in D&D is a 1d10 of force damage for every 10 feet that you fall after the first 10 feet. So by falling down to 2 flights of stairs, you've essentially fallen 20 feet. So you will take 1d10 force damage.
Oh, God. Do I roll that or do you?
I roll it. So you take 6.
Can we all?
Okay.
Hang on a minute. That's not a very big number. Can we all have a go?
It's above average. I'll take it.
That's half.
Drake, it is now your turn.
Okay. Let's see if I can get any close for like a melee attack. But I don't think I have much.
I wouldn't get close for a melee attack. Don't do it.
Ed, is that is that a little skull and crossbones on mine because I had the attention of his ire?
I don't know who put that on you. I assumed you had.
No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm guessing it's Dave.
Yeah.
This is the Roll20 of it. This is the Roll20 version of like touching someone else's models and dice. Simply not done.
I don't know anything about IT. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I think I'll probably move into line of sight for him and do Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, so line of sight, yeah, probably be there.
That would work.
Yeah, roll me an attack.
Are you blocking the doorway?
You're blocking the doorway, so none of us can get out now.
I was like, go past me.
You're brave, going up close.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can move through allies, so there's no you can stand in that doorway fine.
Yeah, I stand in the doorway, so I still have line of sight.
Yeah, so roll me up an attack roll.
Let's keep pressing that again. 21.
Ooh, 21, very good. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Oh yeah.
What's the damage?
1d10.
Wow, 3.
3. So that is enough.
Oh,
Is it?
Yes, your Eldritch Blast hits it square in the back of its breastplate, and whatever magic, whatever foul, facsimile of life clung to the remains of this armor is severed, and all the different parts of it fall apart, as if the strings on this puppet have been cut. Some of them cascade over the banister and
don't you dare.
plunge two stories down onto a prone dwarf clutching his head and moaning. Can you make a dexterity saving check for me, please?
You're harsh.
See if you manage to roll out of the way in time.
You're well harsh.
Peter, what did you do this week?
I don't know. I don't know what I've done.
So yeah, 15 is enough. So you hear the clatter and look up just in time to roll out of the way as this heavy iron breastplate smashes into the floor next to you.
But we've noticed that his heavy left arm is left on the floor, at which I pick it up and throw it down the stairway, hoping to get a secondary hit on Snorri.
Snorri got some loot that I don't know about. Okay, gentlemen,
we've had a fight and we've won.
it is 9:10, and we've just finished a fight. So this might be a good spot to call it for the night. But before we do that, we've got something very exciting. Basically, the whole reason that you play Dungeons & Dragons is tracking experience points.
Hooray!
Hell yeah.
So let me just check very quickly what I can give you.
That's my tracking points dance, I've decided. You actually see my level up dance. That's it, Pete. Pete's getting in on the act.
Okay, so there are 5 level 1 characters, and you've defeated a Spectre and an Animated Armor. I calculate that you each get 120 experience points.
Boom.
So keep track of that on the top right-hand corner of the core page of your character sheet. And when you reach, for level 1, I think it's as low as maybe 300, you'll rank up to level 2, and we can start thinking about what character options you can take when you level up.
Awesome.
Excellent. Ed, I've got a general question. Thanks, Ed. It's been really good fun again tonight.
Yeah.
I have a question, though. How do I get my D&D Beyond character sheet into here?
If you send it to me, I'll do it for you before next week.
That is exactly the words I was looking for.
Well, thank you guys. I'm looking forward to next session.
Thank you very much.
Continue to explore the Durst residence.
Pick myself and dust myself off now.
Yeah, it's really good fun. Really good fun.
It's been a good session.
Loved it. That's one kill each for Snorri and Drake.
Oh yeah, make sure to keep track of that.
Sorry, Grima.
Hang on a cotton picking minute. I took most of his life.
Yes, Ben.
Hey, Peter.
Ed.
Yeah.
Go on, Dave.
Rhys did most of the work on the ghoulie thing.
Yeah.
Ed, who officially gets them kills? Isn't the person who takes the most life out of him, or is it whoever takes the final bit?
It's a deliberate. It's got to be the killing blow, surely.
I think it's got to be kill and blow because keeping track of damage points is really labour intensive, and I'm not about to do it because I've got too many other things to keep track of.
As I'm going back over the video, I'm gonna gather up all the stats and stuff anyway, so don't worry about that.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah.
That's going to take a while.
It won't take that long.
This is going to be the most heavily edited series of Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube.
Well, we already know who's lost the most life, Rhys. Who's fallen the greatest distance, Pete. What more do you need?
I mean, proportionally,
His headphones.
it's an enormous distance, isn't it? Because he's fucking tiny.
Yeah, Dave's stolen the most stuff. I've caused the most damage, and Grimar's gone into the most rooms first.
I've adopted 2 children.
Yeah, pretty much. I think.
And he left
Well,
them
you
outside.
have you adopted them
That's all I'm saying.
purely for legal reasons of inheritance?
They're going to need guardians at the end of this. And,
You have to keep them from you.